This is the least professional interview I've ever done.
How so? You rocked up in your undies.
Yeah, it's my work uniform. I'm at work. You guys aren't even dressed nicely, man. I took a big boot to the face, and that
pushed all your teeth out.
No, that broke one of them. It was a series of incidents. So fuck you. These 4 teeth missing. That's fake.
Do you take those out when you wrestle?
Yeah. Chump moves. How'd you get your own undies stolen and then used on your own face?
Very angry.
End up butt naked.
I'm going to get in so much trouble for this interview from Cuz. Good. Cuz, good. You're supposed to hate this. Take it out on me in the ring if you can.
I don't respect that. One, you've come in here, you've put your foot on the table, you've talked some shit like throughout this podcast.
Middle of the ring, and then I'll hit the ropes a couple of times and just thrust my crotch right at their face.
Yeah, you wouldn't do that for me.
I'll do that to everybody as well.
No. Do you have a Mount Rushmore of wrestling?
Get the opportunity to kick you in the dick, I'm gonna kick you in the dick. I'm not.
You wouldn't kick me in the dick.
There is no. I'll kick everybody.
May 23rd.
Rather it's not you along peasant trash person and anything like that.
Me referring to me like that.
Yeah, I mean you live in Foxton, man.
I'm about to
what is? You're like Timu Michael Jackson over here or something.
Oh, bro, I've heard that. Don't come here disrespecting. Don't call me a peasant. Don't talk kukaka.
You're contractually obligated to be here.
Bro,
right?
I didn't give you no paperwork.
I drag your ass back out. River City Pro.
So you're talking on some wrestling like scripted shit. What would happen if we're one-on-one, like toe-to-toe, face-to-face?
I teabag you. Just gotta keep you down. Yeah, get you down. Keep you down.
Yo!
Keep you down.
Calm down!
And I get over you. Get over you. What's wrong? What's wrong?
Get out of here, boss! Where are you from?
Welcome back. It's the Making a Statement podcast, episode 33. We've got a brand new schedule. We're fortnightly now, every Sunday at 8 o'clock. I hope you guys still tune in and you notice the shift, but that's just to ease back and make sure that we're telling the best stories possible and giving me a break in between the episodes. Anyways, we are the Making a Statement podcast. The bro to my right is Brother E.
Hi, I'm Ethan.
Kia ora. And we've got Cuzzy DJ TJ on the ones and twos behind the scenes.
Chip, chip.
Welcome, Cuzzy Trev. And I am Dilz. You can check us out at makingastatement.co.nz. Our podcast is unfiltered, unscripted, unedited, uncensored, and sometimes uneducated. We talk about real talk. We talk openly. If you are sensitive to sensitive subjects, don't tune in. Tune out. We are joined tonight with another special guest. This time we're joined by a man who is the only professional wrestler hailing from Palmerston North. He is a university graduate. He is the winner of multiple Chefs Awards.
Yep.
And he is on the lineup for the Foxton Fallout Wrestling event, May 23rd in Foxton, Manawatu College. Okay, Ray Gunn, welcome to the Making a Statement podcast.
Thank you. It's marginally acceptable to be here.
Well, nice to meet you too, Ray. Welcome. So we start our podcast off with where you at out of 10. I'm going to say, bro, you must be feeling pretty good. You're chill. You're fucking sitting there in your undies, bro. Like, I haven't seen that before. So, yeah, I hope you're comfortable.
This is my work uniform, man. I'm here to work. All those other guys turn up trying to convince everybody that they're just like them, not me. I'm better.
What are you trying to convince us of with the jock strap you're wearing?
This is my work uniform. This is my wrestling attire, man. I've got to wear the jockey. The amount of stuff I do in the ring that involves that area of my body.
What about outside of the ring?
A little bit of that too.
All right, then. So where are you at out of 10?
I am
How's
called the
your week been?
Stallion of Sexcellence.
Oh, okay. Do you refer to yourself as that? Does other people call you that?
The rest of the Gunn cabinet has always called me that too.
Who's the Gunn cabinet?
At the moment, there's just the three of us. There's me, the last true superhero, Jay Marshall, and the main event, Freddie Ford. I believe they're both going to be at the Foxton show as well.
Okay. Nice. So... yeah, I do realise.
Hang on. Take it back. They call you the Stallion's Excellence. So
that's right.
True.
That's right. It's 2026 now.
What's the conversation? Like, how does that come up in the flow of talk?
We needed names. These were our names. We got to choose our names, and we all testify that would go along with it, whatever names we chose each other. I have others. There's also the Emperor of Eroticism and the personification of autoerotic asphyxiation. It means I like being choked.
You do. Is that a gimmick?
You said it was like uncensored, right? I'm allowed to say that sort of stuff.
Yeah, well, that's not a swear word anyways.
Yeah.
Open, uncensored. Well, but just before we jump into it, we have a rangatahi jar. This here, keep your eyes off it too, is filled with money that's going to go towards a charity for our youth. Okay, so every time we swear on this podcast, 50 cents goes into this jar. And if you got a comment out there that maybe, where we could put these funds, let us know. I don't know, where would you put those funds if you had it?
In my jockstrap, in my tights.
Okay. All right then.
I have this thing, right? So, as a lot of us wrestlers do, we get asked for autographs. And this has been going on for about a year now, where every time a child asks me for an autograph, I sign it, "I hate kids" from Ray Gunn. And then I send them on their way back to their parents.
Now, is that a part of the gimmick?
No.
It's just you can be honest and upfront about it.
Yeah. I'm
And
not
say
trying to
you're
pretend
in
anything.
character and lean on that as the excuse, the reasoning.
Yeah,
Fair.
I'm not hiding anything.
Fair.
So, how does a kid follow your gimmick being the stallion of sexcellence?
Most of them hate me. I'm still a little bit confused that some of them ask for my autograph at all. It was a while where, about a year ago, I went through a 6-7 show run, I think, of getting literally beaten up by children at ringside every show.
Fair enough. You
Yeah.
probably signed autographs for them before the show.
And then that slowly evolved. But I think it's mostly just because I do all the gross stuff.
Yep.
I do all the stuff that their parents tell them they're not supposed to do and they're not supposed to like. And then they see me prancing around doing it. And they're like, "Oh, wait a second, what about him?"
Like walking around in your undies.
Yeah, like walking around in your undies.
It's a good impression, good first
You can
impression.
walk around at home in your undies.
Yeah,
But in
or the
public.
Mass HQ,
But
making
it's-
a statement podcast suite.
Yeah, well, I feel like it's a bit different if it's part of your uniform.
Yeah, I don't know. Look, if I was sitting there in my undies, I've got a
My
feeling...
eyes are up here.
Yeah, no, I know, but I'm just trying to be open about my position. If I'm sitting there like that, I'm thinking I'm probably going to smell like some sweaty balls or some butt crack. And there's one extra less layer that you're going to have between me and that scent.
I mean, this is pro wrestling, man. You should smell the locker room half the time, halfway through a show. It smells pretty much like sweaty balls and butt crack.
True. So you just blend in.
Yeah.
Fair. Okay, bro.
Nobody
Well,
really notices.
again, we start off with the mental health check-in. Where you at out of 10 for the week that we've had? So where would you say you're sitting?
I'm probably only actually about a 6.
Okay, why?
Had a rough weekend last weekend down in Wellington. 2 of the 3 of us in the gun cabinet lost our matches on the weekend.
Were you one of the 3 that lost?
Yeah. It was a CPW heavyweight title tournament and I got knocked out in the first round.
Oh, good effort though. Participation award.
Yeah. That's okay. I managed to make sure a couple of other people didn't make it through to the next round either. So
Yeah.
it wasn't all a loss, but yeah, probably about 6.5.
Good turnout down there.
Yeah. It was a nice little, the venue down there, Garage 16, is a smaller venue, but it's a very, very, very nice looking venue. And we usually get a pretty decent, very vocal turnout each
Dope.
time we do there. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Cuzzy Trev, where you at out of 10?
I'd say roughly around a 9.
Nice.
good.
That's high.
Yeah,
That's
feeling
high,
good.
Cuzzy. Well
He's
done.
feeling frisky.
Yep. What are you up there?
Trying to say this without. On Saturday, I did work.
Mhm.
For cash.
What were you doing? Were you with this fella?
Roofing. No,
Okay.
no.
Yeah, I'm trying to say this, and you just straight away was like, I did work for cash.
Okay, so I did.
There's a man with undies here.
So it's a perky.
So I did a perky,
Okay.
and so I'm making. I won't say the number, but I'm making a lot of money, and that money is going into my new DJing gear that I'm buying tomorrow. So, yeah, I'm quite stoked about that. I'm quite excited because I get to upgrade. It's always good to upgrade.
Massive.
And, been doing my shows for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, how's that gone?
Yeah, good audiences.
Been trying to get around to it. I want to come through. You're really slack at communicating.
Hey.
Facts.
I haven't been given any tickets.
No, you got to buy them.
Yeah,
Oh, how much are the
$20.
tickets?
20 bucks.
$20.
I think so.
Where is it?
Foxton,
At where?
Little Theatre.
I don't even know where the little theatre is.
Next to the Foxton Food Market.
By the police station. Across from the bar.
I've seen you park there a few times.
Yeah,
Oh, I know where the police station is.
Yeah, so that's live now. Will people be able to still come and see that by the time this comes out? When does that stop?
This Saturday.
Oh, this is Saturday's the last show,
Yeah.
the finale.
Yep.
And there's only one this weekend.
Yep.
Is there tickets available still?
I don't know.
Okay, we're going to have to try and jump on that if we can.
What else?
What time is it on Saturday?
Nighttime.
True.
Specific.
This is why we haven't got a fucking idea where we're going and how much it is.
Find out, let me know, and I'll see if I can get someone to watch the kids for a few hours.
What is it? Oh, but the only downside was today. So my coworker didn't show up to work, and then my other coworker sliced his leg open, like his kneecap.
Oh, shit.
So he had to go to city doctors, and there was only 2 of us. And my other coworker, she's currently prego, so that's fun. We ended up, I ended up working alone today. So yeah,
Cool.
yeah, tired as
Well,
well.
sounds like Thursday work, my cuz. Shall we try a loaded T-bar?
Oh fucking oath.
Have you tried one of these before, Ray Gunn?
No, I haven't, but I do love iced tea. It
You
is
do?
my drink of choice after matches and stuff like
Well,
that.
here we go.
Actually,
This is a plug, bro. You can, go check them out at theloadedtbar.co.nz. You can use code making a statement and get yourself a discount as well. But these are sugar-free, so these were like a substitute for sugary drinks, of course, but also energy drinks, because you can add an energy boost to it if you choose to. You chose not to, but how did you find that? How's that taste?
It's good.
Good?
It's good, yeah, man.
True reviews out of 10. What do you rate it?
I'd give it a good solid 9, to be honest. I'm quite happy with that.
There we go.
Yeah.
They are great, bro.
Passion fruit flavour, eh?
Our guests are consistently coming through and giving the same like ratings. It speaks for itself. The team makes some good drinks.
Almost worth the trip all the way to Foxton. Jeez.
Yeah. Oh fuck. You ran late.
Yeah. Had a bit of a flat tire issue on the way home from work today and
Ratchet.
managed to get that sorted just in time. Went home, had a hoary shower, got changed and came here.
Whoa. What's a hoary shower? Is that Lynx can?
Not even.
Soap and water from the sink and yeah.
He's scrubbing up. Okay, so you made it. Thank you for putting in the effort. Better late than never, right?
Yeah. I am nothing if not a professional, even if I'm infuriating about it sometimes.
Okay, well, that's what we prefer. Brother E, where you at out of 10? Your business is going good. You're pumping. You got
Fucking-
some time to
I'm
yourself
busy as.
yesterday, I hope, but where you at?
I'm a 9. I'm pretty good. I'm tired and I'm sore. I had like a bit of a break from working out just because I was running heaps and I got a bit sore knees.
Yeah.
So I kind of was like, oh, I'm busy with work and that. I want to try and not blow myself out. So I was, sorry, I got the hiccups. So I was kind of taking it easy. And then I decided yesterday I'd worked all weekend and I was busy. And I said, yesterday afternoon, I went, oh, I'm going to go and have a workout. And now my legs are so sore, like so sore. So
You jumped straight into leg day.
yeah, and I went for a run as well. Well, I ran because the kids wanted to go for a bike ride, so I kind of brought it into my workout. So I did weights and squats and lunges and stuff first, and then I said, "Come on, then we'll go for a ride," and I just ran. So Ivy rode her bike; she can ride fast enough, and Layla couldn't. So I just pushed her with a stick and ran. So it kind of made it even harder. I think I only did like 3Ks, but
That's still decent
fuck,
effort
my
like
legs
that.
were so sore afterwards.
Yeah.
So then I saw today. So yeah, but other than that, no good. Layla has her first rugby game on Saturday, so I'm excited for that, and she's excited. So I've taken off Friday so we can go and get her boots and stuff like that, and spend some time together. I don't know. I'm
Cool.
just excited, and
And
it's
you want a day
special
off?
for me. Yeah, oh, and that. Yeah, I would like a day off, but yeah, it's special for me because I've always wanted to be a dad, but then also like a rugby dad. And I didn't think that either of my girls would want to do it, and the fact that she wants to do it is just cool. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna make a big deal about it. So
Cool. Okay. Well, we'll see how that is. Is the van graphicked up, you know?
no, I get it back end of this week.
Oh.
So they had the tinting done, and then graphics should be done by the end of this week. And then the guy that does the tinting is also offering, because I want to get the roof resprayed because it's got a little bit of surface rust on it. It's just the thing that high aces get. But so I'm thinking I'll get it back. I got a couple big jobs I need to get done, and then I'll use that money to pay for the roof spray because it's like $1,200 or something to get it resprayed. So
It's quite hefty for just that one section.
the whole roof, the whole top roof.
Yeah.
It's a big section.
So how much is
on
the
car.
graphic vinyl wrapping?
I don't know if I should share because I might be getting a little bit of a discount.
Oh, shout out to the team at Care Design.
Yes, 100%. No, they're doing a lot for me. Like,
Massive.
in regards to like logos, and they're currently doing some flyers and stuff for me to put out and that sort of thing. So no, they're good. It's
Massive.
awesome. I appreciate them.
Shout out them. I appreciate them as well. I'm gonna say I'm at an 8. Shit's going good. I wish I had a little bit more time up my sleeve. We just ended like the last long weekend for a minute. I'm loving having the extra time, that I haven't been able to have. Done a lot of overtime at Mahi. Fucking just filled it with more work. But, it's been good having a little bit less stress on the plate. We got a brand new toilet thanks to you and Dad, and I've taken a couple of shits in it, and it fucking works. So
It works?
It works.
Didn't flood?
Goes down there.
Cool.
Doesn't come out. So that's the main objective.
Yeah.
Accomplished. But outside of that, I've been able to watch some movies with Aroha Ali. Spent more time with the kids. I had to work from home today because Raiden's sick. I ended up just doing my whole workout outside, and he ran a circuit alongside me. So I took the dumbbells out and I was doing shoulders and bis and had him doing push-ups and sit-ups and star jumps and stuff like that alongside me. So that was cool.
I thought he was sick.
Yeah, sore throat, but I wanted him to get some fresh air. I didn't want him cooped up inside all day.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I'm good. Shit's good. End of financial year. We're at a good time of the year. Hot topic, bro. We jump into a hot topic, and you know what that is because you just added something to the box for our next future guest. But essentially, it's a one-liner, a word, a question, a topic of sorts that our previous guests have put in the jar for us to pull out and talk about openly. Whatever it is, we will talk about it. Whatever the topic is, we'll find a way. But yeah, before we jump into that again, because we have no idea what's coming out of this, we're uncensored, unfiltered, unscripted, and unedited. That's
Trying to
not
make
your
sure
cup
you
of
don't
tea.
get in trouble.
I don't get in trouble, bro. People say shit and I just ignore it. But if that's not your cup of tea, like what Ethan's drinking over here, then you may need to tune out. Did you show off your tea?
I drank it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Feck off, you feckin' gobshite.
It's just my new ritual now at night times, eh?
He's the coolest one in the room at this stage, as far as I'm concerned, because he's drinking tea, and I'm all about teabag time.
Yeah, you love teabag.
Yeah.
We'll have to talk about
I
that.
see his teabag hanging out there.
What you got pants on? You're like, is my balls out?
What's wrong, Trev?
Trev, just pull another topic.
What are you doing?
I literally dropped my hot topic and now I can't find it on the ground. What the hell?
Yeah, find another one.
Oh, that one was special.
You just threw one on the desk. I watched you throw one on the desk.
Oh, that one was last time.
Oh.
All right,
I gotta find that one.
quick, because the bro's getting comfy and he's starting to spread his legs and shit.
Alright. Hot topic is...
He doesn't care.
Alright.
I feel like he's taking so long, he's just going to make it up now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hot topic is new generation workers.
New generation. I thought you said nude for a second. New generation of workers. Like, what's that? Your age?
Probably.
Well, you mean like,
Because-
yeah, like new
No,
to the
younger than me.
workforce, like 18, 19, 20-year-old sort of things.
Yeah, not 21-year-olds.
I feel like it's
Okay,
all
people getting into like working now.
Okay. I'll let you start on it, Reagan.
I feel sorry for most of them because it seems like we've cocked it up for everybody. And the youth workers are the ones that are going to have it hardest.
I feel like they've got it the easiest.
See, I have this like weird mentality of like, I think too many people are still caught up in like idealism instead of reality. Like, yes, we're supposed to make things better and easier for those that come after us, but we seem to have just made everything more difficult for everybody. And yeah, they'll get some things easier than we had it in our time, but the general consensus, broad strokes, is everything's worse for them than it is for us. They're going to have to deal with the consequences of our actions, which are then the consequences of the actions from the generation before us and going back for ages.
Yeah, I think one thing to take into consideration is one, the evolution of the workforce and the way that regulations and shit have evolved, and now everything's like a PC. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you can't have any kind of tough on you bosses anymore. The ones
still do.
but they have to stay very within a box.
And I think like most tough on you bosses are just assholes that shouldn't be bosses to begin with.
Depends on how they went through their time and stuff as well. I'm taking it to like being a tradie, of course.
Yeah.
And like, I know there's a lot of people, like I've had to tell a couple of bosses that I've worked alongside as a tradesman, not as an apprentice, that they need to kick back because they're talking like shit to the boys. Because it's, for me, everybody at work is, as long as they're doing their part, should be treated well.
Yeah.
But there is, I was going to say, this was my point of view with the new generation workers, is every generation has shit workers and every generation has
Facts.
good workers.
Yep.
So
Yep.
there's no thing about the new generation workers being shit. Because I know a few blokes that are fresh out of school. There's one at my work, shout out Cooper. He's a fucking good worker. Even Danny, my old apprentice at -21, mean workers. Well, Trev, I mean, he's coming up into the next generational stuff, but you know, there's people out there that are good workers.
Yeah.
And then I've had some apprentices that are fucking dog shit.
And I think
Dog
that's it as
shit.
well. Like every generation has lectured the generation that followed after them and accused them of being shit workers and being bad at that. And I think it's just the one common thing through all of it is a bunch of bad bosses expecting their workers to do a lot of work for fuck all in return.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a
And then
mutual.
you go,
hope,
oh,
isn't
they're
it?
just shit. No, man. They're working to pay their bills. They're not working because they like you. They're working to pay their bills, and you're not paying them enough money to pay their bills, so they don't care. Like it's kind of that
Yeah.
simple. Like
That's-
coming from a hospital, I see that all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, this person's scrapping. No, man, you've just had them on minimum wage for 3 years, so they don't
Yeah.
care anymore.
Yeah,
What do you
that-
think's going to happen?
That's like my big thing, like I've said to most of the most recent bosses, is if you don't have workers that have a building interest in your company, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to give a fuck. They're
Yeah.
just going to come to work, clip the ticket, go home. I think that's my biggest issue, is I care too much about companies.
Yeah.
So I care like it's my company. When someone's not doing something, I'm like, bro, you're fucking costing the company money, but it's not my money.
Yeah,
But I
and-
still care that much.
And
I
at the
think.
same time, like it's cool that you're invested in that, but you also can't like slight somebody for not wanting to be that invested. You know, we're working for a reward. We're working to grow in our lives and do this. That if you're paying somebody not enough to do that, you can't expect them to care. And it's not on them. It's on you to cultivate a work environment to be the kind of leader that people want to invest in.
Yeah.
Instead of just do what I say, not what I do. Oh, it's okay for me to do that, but not for you to do that, and all that other crap you hear all the time.
Yeah.
On the topic of the new era coming through, one thing I want to say is they're moldable. Like me as a hiring manager, I actually like bringing in people with less experience because they're not coming in with bad habits and they're moldable in terms of like they're going to listen, they're going to pay attention rather than thinking they know best or that they've got this background, so they came from here and they're going to apply this. You know, I like that concept.
Some of them do, but even the people with experience or no experience still may not just want to listen. They just don't care.
Yeah, that's just when you get a bad employee, you get the wrong person from the job.
Yeah.
Bad hire.
Yeah.
But even
bad
then,
hire.
like, again, you can't hate them for that. We all have our different priorities. We all have our different goals. Just because you may be like, all right, I need to do all of this work because I believe in the company, doesn't mean that everyone else in the company has to do that. And I think that's where like everybody gets mixed up, is it doesn't always have to be my way or the highway. There's different flavors of ice cream, different reasons to want to do something, to try and do something, and just going, oh, they don't relate to this job or they're not as invested in this job as I am, so their shit isn't the same as, well, hang on, how can I get them so they actually care about what we're doing here as much as I do?
Yeah, so that comes down to management. So I don't think it matters what era the person's
Yeah.
from. Like you said, every era's got good workers and bad workers.
Yeah.
The modern era, the new era coming in have bad habits that probably naturally come with them. Phone usage, for example. You've got people that have grown up with a phone in their hand, devices 24/7. That's all they've done their whole generation, their whole life, through school, etc. So they come into the workforce and they might have those bad habits. But then you're going to have, you know, the other end of the spectrum. You get somebody that's too old. Now you got to teach them to use the computer. So, you know, there's going to be, every era's got its pros, its cons, and all the rest of it. It probably just comes down to the manager, the leading person of that, you know, employee as to how. But then at the same time, you can't help somebody that doesn't want to be helped. So if this person isn't showing up on time, they're not, you know, doing their job
Taking the
properly,
piss.
they're taking the piss, then, like I said, that's a bad hire. And
At the
that's
same
way I
time,
would
it's
reflect on
also
it.
trying to figure out why that's happening, you know. Generally, it's not in like its own bubble. Very rarely is someone turning up to work late every day just cause. There's generally some reason why they don't care enough to be punctual or don't care enough to invest in the job and everything like that.
My biggest thing at the moment is vapes.
Oh,
I get so annoyed with people, like, because I've had many people that vape and they're going out every fucking 15 minutes for a vape break.
Vape break.
Yeah, man. Like every 15 minutes I used to walk out to my van. I'm not going to name names, but I'd walk out to the van to get something and they'd just be like leaning in the driver's seat, just having a vape on their phone. And I'll be like walking in, what are you up to? Just having a vape? Okay, you had a vape 15 minutes ago.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I had a job a few years back where I once got told off because I'm one of a dying breed now that still smokes ciggies because I can't kick it. And I once got told off, pulled aside and peeled into because I was apparently taking too many cigarette breaks on like a quiet shift and everything like that. And I'm like, hang on, your own daughter is coming through the kitchen, stopping having a vape outside, then going and getting like a bag of coffee, then coming back and stopping and having a vape outside, and then going back, and every 15, 20 minutes is doing that. I'm having like one cigarette every 2 hours.
Isn't it like a smoker?
I think you're allowed.
Why it's called smoker?
Well, I
Aren't you
think
supposed to
I
have
think
it
you're
on
actually
smoker
allowed
break?
more than I'll say normal jobs. You're supposed to have like 2 15s and a 30 on an 8-hour shift or something like that. I mean, fuck, I barely even have a lunch break, but I'm not complaining about that. I don't care. I like to work through the day, but I think with smoking, I think especially like office jobs and stuff like that, I think you're actually allowed more than that as a smoke break. I think
We don't.
no, but I'm sure I've heard something that you're allowed to go.
It might be based on the company. Like we used to, when I worked at Pig Farm, we used to have protein shake breaks. So if you drank protein shakes, you could have a break at 2 o'clock to go make a protein. But if you didn't drink protein shakes, you kept working.
It's a fucking weird thing.
I mean, coming
Uncle
from
Stephen was the boss.
But why at 2 o'clock?
coming from hospital again, I'm one of those guys that I've generally always foregoed my like 15-minute breaks and half-hour breaks. I don't want to sit down. I'm here to work, get my job done, and go home. But I will be like, I'm gonna have a couple of extra ciggy breaks to make up for it because I'm only having like it only takes me like 2-3 minutes to smoke. So I am gonna go.
I would definitely get that even in your roles, like when it comes to in the office and stuff, because at the end of the day, like you come in at this time, you can go home at this time. But for like a tradie who once you get to work and you start a job, you don't get to go home till that job's done, especially in my trade. Like if I'm in the middle of a breakdown at 4 o'clock, I'm there till it's done. Like whether that's 7 o'clock or I get it done in 15 minutes. So for me, I'm like, say like today I was doing an install. I stopped for 10 minutes to have a food to continue so that I could get out on time. Otherwise, if I continued going and stopped for my 15s and my half hours, I could have been gone by 5:30.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So it's a bit, it's difficult in the trade scenario. Same thing with like builders and stuff. If they're doing new builds and stuff like that, they just show up, get as much done as they can in that 8 hours and then can go home.
Yeah, I like how we're all talking from a different perspective.
Yeah.
Like your industry's the trades, mine's office and professional like that. You're talking from the industry of hospitality and chef, right?
Yeah.
So what's the background there? How does somebody who's doing chefing find a life in wrestling? And backtrack. You've also gone to Waikato University and got degrees that don't even match the chefing, right? You
Yeah.
did something different. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Rika.
Well, I was an independent youth. So I was out of home at 16. I lived in my car a little bit, then lived on a mate's couch because his mum found out. One of my friends' mums was paying me $20 a week to pick his ass up for school every morning because he was pretty good at wagging all the time. And then she found out I was living in my car and so moved me in there. And then
That's nice.
That's a good setup.
yeah,
First
and then
job.
needed and then was stuck finishing high school and like as an independent youth being like, well, I need to do something. So I went to university. I got myself a job in my first kitchen from a friend of mine who was the apprentice chef there. He got me a kitchen hand gig there, worked my way up the food chain a bit there, then got sick of hitchhiking from Cambridge to Hamilton and back every day to go to university and stuff like that. And then so made the move into Hamilton and finished university. I tried wrestling back then when I was about 19. I pissed away far too much money going to America to do like a 6-month long thing that basically just the guy taught us bumps and rolls and that was about it. So
Where
it
in
was,
America?
In Los Angeles.
Who were you training with?
The school was apparently run by Danny Doring and Roadkill, but I never saw either one of them for the entire time I was there.
So was this just
And,
like some kind of package, like a training comes?
Yeah.
Come pay this much to go through our schooling
I
for
forget
6
how
months.
much it was. It was something like $5-6 grand or something like that. Flew me over there. They put me up in an apartment for 6 months with a couple of other dudes, and then would go training. I think it was like 4 times a week, and
That's an
then they'd do
experience,
shows and would help them out and everything like that. And then came back knowing bugger all. Other than that, built a rickety ass wooden ring in my backyard, try and taught my friends how to wrestle and everything like that. And there we put on little shows for our neighbors and everything.
There's some OG background. That's cool.
Yeah, we had this massive backyard and the landlord didn't care, so we're just going to put a wrestling ring in there.
Nice.
And then that dried up. We all went our separate ways. And then I tried again in my mid-20s after graduating uni and fully into chefing and everything like that. I tried being a wrestler again, but I was fully in the roadie phase then as well. And I was mid-20s and trainings were Sundays and midday in Tauranga, and I was living in Hamilton and I had no car. So I was hitchhiking over there hungover every Sunday morning. And that didn't last long. And then
You'd often miss it.
Yeah. And then I never thought it was going to happen again. And then when I moved to Palmas North about 19 years ago, I met a guy who was doing a wrestling podcast and was the sound tech guy for a promotion out of Wellington. And he hooked me up with Ben Mana and Cuz over in River City Pro in Wanganui, and then started going there and then never turned back. Got to hit my 30s and was like, this is my last chance to do this. I quit my job and started doing wrestling training.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a huge step.
Yeah.
So were you chefing when you threw that in?
Yeah.
So, and you're an award-winning chef?
I wasn't an award-winning chef then, but I basically I had to quit my job because the other chef had his kids on the weekend, so he couldn't take weekends off, or he couldn't work on the weekend, and rookie trainings at the time were on weekends. So I was like, well, look, this is my last chance to try and live my childhood dream. I've either got to do this or.
And is that the
never
goal?
do it.
Is your dream I need to make it in this industry and make money off this? Are you trying to establish yourself as a career in this?
Make it as a questionable thing, right? So I got into wrestling in my 30s and already broken down from years of dodgy shenanigans in my 20s.
Back into wrestling, you mean, with the River City crew?
Yeah. And so I was never sort of under the illusion that I was going to get to WWE or anything. I'm sitting there I came into wrestling with a bung hip and completely out of shape and worn down from drug use and all of that sort of stuff from when I was young. At best, I thought maybe I was going to be that sort of middle of the card guy that goes on just before intermission or something like that. I never imagined winning any titles or anything like that. I talked about it with one of my friends. I've already knocked out 90% of the things I had on my bucket list of things to accomplish as a wrestler.
Okay.
Yeah. In terms of making it, I think that's all just a matter of perspective. Very rarely do I come out of a wrestling show at a loss. Between things like merch and all of that sort of stuff, I'm usually coming home from every wrestling show with more money than it cost me to do the wrestling show and everything. I mean, I did Christchurch a month ago, and after match fee and the merchandise sales for that night, I came back $80, $90 up.
Oh.
I was like,
So
easy.
building on small wins.
Yeah. And just I've got a secret drawer in my apartment. That's where all my merch money and everything goes and everything like that. And if I need to spend money on wrestling, I got new kick pads and elbow pads recently, I'll dip
so
into that and
reinvesting.
take money out in that. And yeah, so I mean, in terms of making it, I'd like to think I've already made it further than I thought I was going to anyway.
Yeah. And that's a good perspective to have.
Yeah, and even now, I'm 39 now, so WWE's not going to hire some 39-year-old guy from New Zealand who's teabagging people,
Yeah. Teabagging people, how do you mean?
Exactly what you think.
On Halo 3?
Yeah,
on
cool.
the-
Some COD shit. Do you?
That's
on
pretty
them
much where I got it from.
face.
Yeah, so they'll be on the ground, I'll stand over their face, I'll throw my arms out, ask what time is it, the crowd will scream it's teabag time, and if I think they've done it loud enough, I'll start squatting over the guy's face.
Okay. What's the guy on the ground doing?
Yeah, they're lying there taking it,
How come?
because I've generally knocked him out with something.
Okay. And is this ball sacks or booty?
I'll get as close as I can.
So is that so That's your overall special move? I was like, that's more like
It's like your
I would say
boner
it's my-
move.
No, but
I would say it's my like go-to move.
no, but
yeah.
it's like it sounds like it's like a celebration because you've done your special move. Do you
Like
know
you've
what I
killed
mean?
them. Like you
it's more
won,
like
you killed them.
it's like a humiliation rubbing salt into the wound thing.
Rubbing
Like,
balls onto the forehead.
Yeah. I'm trying very hard. My whole
Salty balls.
strategy is not. I have no interest in fighting fair. My entire game plan strategy is like I
Just
like
win.
to look at it as I like to look at it as like I'm often playing a different game than my opponents and playing by a different set of rules. They're trying to follow the rules and get the crowd to cheer and be happy and merry. And I'm like, no. If I get the opportunity to kick you in the dick, I'm gonna kick you in the dick. I'm not.
You wouldn't kick me in the dick.
There is no. I'll kick everybody in the dick. I'll
not me.
teabag you along with everybody else.
I can't envision that moment. I just wouldn't allow that to happen.
I don't think you can envision what
I
might
can.
happen.
Well,
I can.
You can envision your
I can
balls on his
envision it,
head.
Yeah.
Are you internalizing the picture?
I want
I've
to see
teabagged
it.
a
I
fair
wanna
few
see it.
wrestlers now, and I'm sure every single one of them felt the same.
So it's kind of like a Rikishi stink face kind of vibe, right?
I've also done the stink face on more than one occasion. Yeah. And the
Wait,
old
what's a stink face?
That's just straight fucking butt in the face. Smush it everywhere. On the nose. In the crack.
Imagine it with those on.
Yeah.
As-
Imagine it with these on. I did it once at Armageddon and Teabag Time as well because we've done Armageddons in Palmy and everything like that the last couple of years. And Armageddon, you've got 4-hour-long segments in the day, so I'm doing like 4 to 5 matches a day, and I've done like Stinkface and Teabag Time on like that last match
Ooh.
when everything's sweaty,
5
and
hours deep.
stanky, and everything like that. Yeah.
Poor guys.
But again, it's mindset. Like I said, I'm not playing by their rules. They're trying to be all fair and happy and get the crowd to cheer. I'm like, no. My entire strategy from day one is cheat and try and humiliate you in the process.
It'd be interesting to watch this match at the Fox and Fallout because I'm going to be ringside on the Cousins side.
Gross. You picked the wrong team, man. You picked the
Nah,
wrong
me and him,
team.
we go way back all the way to like a few months ago. And he came onto our podcast. We got to know him, and he's actually been doing some training. I don't know. Have you heard about me doing some training, going and getting involved with the fitness and that?
I
It's
heard.
good, bro. It's
I
good.
heard.
It's actually pretty handy, eh?
Yeah.
It's for the simple-minded. They're not realizing how much effort goes into the training behind this shit. It's dedicated.
I think personally that's one thing that's both helped and hindered the entire River City crew is that we generally train in a boxing ring,
Yeah.
which is
It's a bit handier, isn't it?
definitely a bit harder.
There's no give. It's a, like,
harder.
straight board.
Like your wrestling ring pads are like that thick, boxing ring pads are like that thick.
Yeah.
There's no give to that, and I think it's trained a lot of us to be able to take a lot more of a hiding than some wrestlers are able to even dish out, because a lot of wrestlers who are just used to a wrestling ring all the time don't know. I'll get slammed down in a wrestling ring and it does not hurt as much as the boxing ring. So my body's sort of trained to take that higher pain threshold.
Yeah.
And then when it gets to the actual match time, it's not going to hurt that as much. It'll still hurt, but it's not going to hurt as much as it did in training. So I can ride that through.
That's good to know because it hurts because you have to do the practicing the bumps and running the ropes and the cardio is pretty hefty too, eh? There's a bit to it, bro.
Yeah,
So,
cardio is my arch enemy. That's another reason why my strategy is cheat. I know damn well if it gets into like an endurance contest with somebody, I'm probably going to lose. So I will do everything I can to make sure it does not get that far.
yeah, well then you need to start showing up to the rehearsals. The practice, what are they called? The sessions,
Trainings.
gym sessions, yeah. The cardio sessions, the circuits. But the Cuz Mics keeps us busy. It's good. I think the last few times going up there and getting amongst it. I'm enjoying it. It's some good, extra exercise on my routine. But backtrack, bro, before you leave the world of working and you're following the passion, the dream, I guess last stint at it, you're working as a chef and you were labelled award-winning. How does that happen?
Well, because I'm still, technically, I'm still a chef by day trade normally and everything like that. But I got pushed. I never really had any interest in competitions for that sort of stuff, but I got pushed into my first chefing competition back in 2020 when my head chef at the time was basically like, look, man, I reckon you'll win. And he was like, if you win this award, this is going to help you argue for stuff when it comes to talking to your bosses about taking your weekends off for wrestling. because I mean, I still have it. It's a lot easier these days than it used to be. But in those early days, after leaving my first job to start training and then still getting other jobs and everything like that, bosses would say every time at the start, it was always the same thing. Yes, we love the fact that our staff have hobbies. Yes, we love the fact that you're doing this wrestling thing. We won't get in the way. And then sure enough, something could happen. They'll decide at the last second they need me for that Saturday night shift because it's hospo. And I'll be like, no, I'm out. And that's pretty much any job that I've ended since then has basically more or less come down to that. It's come down to, oh, you said you weren't going to get in the way of wrestling. You tried to get in the wrestling. Bye.
So you've obviously got your priorities. You dedicated to it this time around, obviously.
Yeah, I figured out, I think it was towards the end of last year, I figured out that I've actually technically been wrestling now for longer than I've ever held down a job.
Wow.
A little, roughly 6.5 years since my debut now.
Yep.
Yeah, I think the longest I've ever held down a single job is maybe like 5 years, 5.5 years.
It's been a long time coming, though, taking that 6-month period in America to do training and then, you were hitchhiking missions hungover. You said, hold on, I want to, the award. What was the award you've won? Sorry, the chefing award?
I won Judges Award at the Manawatu Paddock to Plate 2020. I got runner-up for People's Choice at the same awards, and then I got highly commended award at the Manawatu Paddock to Plate last year.
Okay, and what's this cooking? Like, what's your specialty?
I prefer Italian food.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like pastas, pizzas and shit?
Yeah, the first ever kitchen I worked in was an Italian restaurant, and so that was sort of my start in the industry, and I love cheese, love garlic, all of that sort of stuff, and yeah. But these days it's a bit of everything. I found to be myself to be quite adaptable as to what I need to do to get the job done so I can go off and wrestle.
Yeah. And your, I guess, work colleagues and that, they know what you're doing outside of work. How do you go between the two hats?
Well, he doesn't wear those, I bet.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, how do you go from being... Have you?
No, you haven't.
I have done, and I also have another much less appropriate set of tights that's basically... it's like your black wrestling singlet tights, but the picture on the front and back is of a bikini-clad woman's body. And I've rocked around in those tights. I've gone to like work functions in those tights and stuff like that before. Yeah.
But they know your character? They know where you're coming from with this?
Silly fools decided to have a Barbie and Ken themed Christmas party and thought I wasn't going to turn up in a pink bikini tights. What's wrong with you?
Most people will be like, ashamed, embarrassed. It seems like you putting on the undies or the jock straps giving you a bit of confidence.
Yeah, and it's also mindset.
Like you're stepping into the character by just straight taking the pants off.
Yeah, and there's not too much difference between the character I play in wrestling and who I am in real life. The character I play in wrestling is far louder and more inappropriate than I am in real life. But like,
it's like you turned up.
Yeah. It's the age-old advice from years ago. It's just turning everything up. It's being loud. I've always been told my entire life that I'm too loud, and then wrestling's the one thing where being too loud is encouraged.
yeah, and even like the audience, the audience are like, be loud. That's why I was like, we could take the kids to these events because they don't have to be quiet sitting through a plate. You know what I mean? They get to be involved and scream and yell and get emotionally attached and engaged with it.
Yeah, I'm a big believer in that. I genuinely do not give a stuff what any of the adults in the audience think of me. I don't care if they think I'm a terrible wrestler. I don't care if they think I'm a terrible person. I'm my job when I go to these shows is I'm trying to make some kids right. I'm trying to piss people off. I'm trying to piss those kids off because they're the ones that go home and they're not going to shut the fuck up about it with their parents the whole drive home. And they're the ones that are going to want to come back next time and hope that I'll get my ass kicked next time and everything like that. So
well, you want that heat. You want them booing. If they're not doing anything, then they're not engaged. They're not attached.
And like in terms of like the business side of things as well, I very much look at it as a whole. Like, adults will hate watch stuff. Adults hate watch shit all the time just so they can whinge about it on the internet. Why would I? They're going to buy tickets anyway just so they can buy tickets and then have a whinge about it later. You get that kid to want to come back. They're going to get their siblings to come back. They're going to get their parents to come with them because someone's got to supervise them. Now, instead of selling one ticket, you've sold 4, 5, 6 tickets. Like, it seems like a no-brainer to me. And if I've got to piss off some kids and have them threaten to kill me, then all good. No stress.
Good way to look at it.
It's a strange journey to be on. And it's polar opposites to like the hospitality and customer service and those types of industries, right?
Yeah, definitely. I think everybody in wrestling likes to think it's this big unique thing and there's nothing else like it. And they're sort of technically true, but there are so many similarities with the entire pro wrestling industry to every other sort of show business industry or combat sports based industry. It's all the same thing. It all comes down to, at the end of the day, butts and seats. If you can't convince people to spend their money to come watch you do it, you ain't shit.
I think it's quite important for the audience to understand what they're coming to watch. Like there's the fine line of everyone just saying it's fake and ruling it out completely, but then there is understanding the physicality of the combat sport to it. You know, like I just said, the training is handy. It's real physical shit. But then you've got the entertainment value. Now you've got the emotionally attached aspect to it, where the characters are speaking to you, etc.
I'd never, even as a kid, I never really understood the fake argument of it, because I mean, like, the dragon in Game of Thrones is fake. It's a pole with a green tennis ball on the end of it, so that the people that are talking to the dragon know where they're looking at. It's fake.
Mm-hmm. It looks pretty good, though.
Yeah. But like with that same thing, like going back to like wrestling and other forms of entertainment, it's all the same sort of thing. Like, yeah, it looks pretty real though. It looks pretty good, right? Like that's what we're trying to go. Like in terms of wrestling being, I mean, I look at us more like we're doing a lot of our own stunts. Like the wrestling is no faker than the average conversation you'll have with somebody at 10:30 p.m. at a bar when you're trying to get laid. When everybody's pretending to be something they're not because they're desperately waving their genitalia around hoping somebody's going to touch it. It's no faker than that.
That's what you do.
Yeah. It's no faker than that drunk, angry guy at the pub squaring up to the bouncers because he thinks he's tough as and he's going to roll them. It's fake as shit. We all know he's going to get dropped in one punch, dragged out of there and probably arrested. Like, there's no faker than any of that stuff, man. Like,
So have you had any injuries yourself?
yeah, I almost blown my hip out a couple of times. I've almost rolled my knee. I've got bursitis in both my elbows. I had a serious shoulder injury a few years back and everything like that. Yeah, all sorts of, and it's never the big stuff that hurts. It's always the little things, man. Like, it's never the big ridiculous things. I've done things where I've been dropped head first through a table, and like it hurt and it sucked for a couple of days. But a couple of days later, I was able to walk it off. But when I did my shoulder, it was a guy literally just got too much height on the rock bottom and pulled my shoulder out.
Wow.
Yeah, I picked him up for the rock bottom and got a bit too much height and just jerked my shoulder the wrong direction, did my shoulder real bad.
Yeah. Is that a move you use?
Yeah.
Okay, so who are you getting inspiration from as a wrestler? Who's your I guess, the characters that you're inspired by?
I like the dumb stuff. I like the silly stuff. I like your old guys, like your ravishing Rick Rudes, because he was, again, another guy that's all about mindset. Yeah, he could wrestle, but he's not trying to wrestle. He's trying to get into your head. He's trying to borderline sexually assault you to throw you off your game so he can score the win. I like those sorts of guys, man. Like, the world is filled with a whole bunch of people who are all like, I'm tough, rah. It's boring. I have no interest in any of that garbage. If I want to, like, especially in the age of 2026, I mean, even UFC, man, I lose interest in, because a lot of those guys are just, I'm tough as, come watch me beat this other guy up. So you're just another common insect, another generic ass, I'm tough. No one cares. Real tough people don't need that sort of at least from my experiences, real tough people don't need that sort of validation. They're not so desperately needing everybody around them to think they're tough. And so it's never really, those guys have sort of never really appealed to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's always been the silly stuff, the characters. I'm a huge supporter. I'm generally always the guy that supports the underdog, because I like the guy that shouldn't win rising up. My whole career has been built on being the guy that wasn't supposed to succeed, that wasn't supposed to thrive, and did it in spite of everybody else anyway. So I'm always drawn to those sorts of guys as opposed to your undefeated guys and your big tough guys that are doing I don't care about any of those guys. In fact, I'd rather beat those big tough guys to humble them a little bit.
Yeah, you were talking about Rick Rude, but then the way you were describing the characters you're interested in, I was picturing Goldust.
Yeah, Goldust is another one.
Like, is that one that you're talking?
Yeah, because again, it's all head game. That guy could wrestle. He didn't have to wrestle to get in your head and kick you in the dick.
Yeah. What do you think of the modern era, like Danhausen?
Yeah, Danhausen's an interesting specimen, I think. Like, he's a guy who I feel like they sort of had to hire. He had done such a good job at promoting himself through his own social medias and everything like that, that WWE was in a situation where they're like,
Capitalize.
yeah,
I hadn't heard of him. I didn't know who he was before he came on the scene.
But I mean, like, yeah, it's the whole different flavors of ice cream as well, right? Like, some people like the tough guys, some people like the women's wrestlers, some people like the comedy stuff, some people like your characters that are so over the top, like the Undertaker and everything like that. Everybody loves the Undertaker, but that's like you don't know about fake, like
The paranormal guy that comes from the dead, rolls his eyes back.
Yeah, you'll give the wrestler that does like a backflip and doesn't break his neck every night and give him shit for being fake, but then you'd be like, the Undertaker rules.
I like the high flyers.
Jeff Hardy was the OG.
I like all the high flyers. Did you see Speed's Flash? His Splash, sorry?
Yeah.
Cool.
Well,
do you reckon
we
he's
watched
going to
it
be
on
an actual...
WrestleMania.
Do you think he's going to actually become a wrestler now?
So he's been going to like me, bro, been going to the, not the rehearsals, what is it called again?
The training.
Trainings. He's been going to the trainings and like learning how to bump and all that kind of shit. I think they're going to build a match between him and Logan Paul.
Well, didn't he splash?
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's why I think they'll build that as a match, because that was a tag team.
I didn't see the whole thing. All I saw was the clip of him splashing on him.
Yeah, and
That was
Little
it. So I don't
Yachty's-
even know what happened.
Little Yachty's in the wrestling now too. He's like signed and touring as a manager.
True.
Yeah.
But that's another one of those things. Like those guys, like they're proof of the concept of that. Like it. I mean, same with like going back to like UFC as well as a comparison with like Conor McGregor in his heyday and everything like that. Like those are the guys that are selling butts, putting butts in seats.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how good of a fighter you are. It doesn't matter how good of a wrestler you actually are in that ring or in the octagon. Somebody comes along like that. They're putting butts in the seats. So sorry, they're a bigger deal than you.
Yeah.
The only metric of success in what we do in any sort of entertainment, combat sports, theatrics, whatever, the only metric of success is how many people are willing to pay to see you do it.
Jake Paul. That's why he has that persona.
Yeah, but he can put all the bums in all
Because
the
he
seats.
wants everyone to hate him.
Because
to see
they're
him
gonna come
get
to
knocked
watch him,
out.
yeah.
Well, I'll say knocked out as he has had his jaw broken, but that was his thing was trying to do that. So
But I mean,
I get that.
That's Tekashi 6ix9ine. You know, that's the exact same concept, but in the music industry.
Yeah.
He's out there just being loud, getting all the troll noise, you know, and the audience is clinging on to watch him fail or listen to his
Insane
next flop.
clown posse.
Yeah.
They've like said that the day FBI like labeled Juggalos as a gang, yeah, they were angry because they're not a gang, but at the same time they're like, we sold more records in like a single weekend after that announcement that we had in like a good couple of years.
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
Well, even like the people that got Matt Cardona as an example, right? He got released as Zack Ryder, goes off into the indies, has these big, massive matches, creates his own buzz, builds a social media presence by doing action figure reviews, whatever else he did. Now it's gone full circle, and again, they couldn't ignore it.
Yeah.
They want to capitalize on his traction that he's built, the momentum.
Yeah.
So it's that character building. We talk about that a lot. Like I say that as an artist as well. We've got the podcast. You gotta create a presence. You got to engage, build a following, get people's attention, all that kind of stuff, because it goes hand in hand with that success metric. Which again, you know, putting bums in seats.
Yeah, and I mean, part of my whole thing is just being aggressively present. I'm just there, and if I'm there, I'm going to make sure you know that I'm there. Like I've lost track of the amount of guys that have come along that was supposed to be, that everyone said were better than me, that was supposed to be better than me, that was supposed to accomplish more, do more, whatever, and they all washed out and left. Like I said earlier, like I all of my successes in wrestling, I was never the chosen one or anything. Even in the River City Pro Group, I was never the chosen one. Ben Mana and the Cuz were the coaches. Tim Warren, my arch nemesis, was the chosen one for a while. Now it's Dusty Bridges because he's such a physical specimen. And
He is, eh?
but then at the same time, I'm sitting there being like, hang on a second, guys. I'm the guy that spent literally 3/4 of his career as a champion of some description. Like, Dusty's had one title reign and it was 2 months. Tim has had like one, maybe two title reigns that were a couple of months each. And this current period we're in now is genuinely the longest period I've had in my entire career where I haven't been champion, but I'm still not that chosen one. I'm still not the face of River City Pro. It's always got to be about Dusty Bridges or Tim Warren or the Cuz or Ben Mana when he comes back. But even then, all of those guys, they leave at times.
Do you think it speaks for itself though? There's probably a reason. But you just said you're not the champ at the moment. This is the longest stretch it's been since you had a belt. Like you think
It's
you're
only
talking.
been like 6-7 months too. It
Yes.
hasn't been long.
Yeah, but you're obviously on a bit of a streak by the sounds. You just came off last weekend. You're rating yourself a 6 because you haven't won.
Yeah.
You've obviously got to step your game up, I think, and probably start with showing up to some trainings.
Oh, we're gonna play that card.
Yeah, well,
How am I supposed to turn up to training when the guy that I'm fighting is in charge of training, man? It's a bit of like a conflict of interest, isn't it? How am I supposed to learn how to get better and be better when the guy who's running trainings is the guy I'm supposed to be fighting?
well,
What if you do your own? What
I
if you
don't
do
try-
your own fight camps?
You might try. I just because I don't go to Wanganui twice a week doesn't mean I'm not training. I do a lot of training at home and everything like that. There is
How do you train your special move?
squats.
It's just squats.
thought,
Practicing,
I
eh?
thought I was just making sure it wasn't super realistically
I'm all
practicing.
about
Get a
squats,
pillow.
man.
Get a pillow. Because, you know, back as a kid, I used to wrestle my pillow, bro. So if you got a pillow,
Teabagging
and then you
your
just
pillow.
sit there going up and down, squatting, teabagging the pillow, that's some pretty good practice.
As long as you teabag your own pillows, if you teabag someone else's, they might get pink
I
eye.
live alone, bro. There's no stress there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Sweet.
But yeah, there was another guy. I mean, there's been a couple of other people who have attempted being wrestlers in from Palmerston North before, and I've gone around to their places and trained with them and everything like that in times in the past and everything like that. We're just stuck in the only. Even now, there's one guy still training yet to debut, and there's another guy who debuted 1.5 2 years ago, based out of Palmerston North, but they're both just sort of.
Right. It is
out.
quite a small niche, eh? Like, I got involved with an Impact Pro Wrestling event last year, Napier, in Hawke's Bay, was it? What was it? Hastings. Napier and Hastings. And me and the bros went up, we vlogged it all, and, you know, I got chokeslammed by Liam Erickson.
It sucks, eh?
And Vader Bomb, bro.
Sucks,
and I
eh?
was expecting that not to hurt, but it did.
That Sasquatch looking piece of crap has done that to me way too often.
Yeah, not a fan. But
Nah.
then Mr. Burns, you know, me and what was the James Shaw? Was that his name? James Shaw?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's James Shaw.
Yeah, so we did some shit in the ring with that lot. But the Impact Pro Wrestling crew was so, you know, accommodating and a great team to go in there and learn some shit from and work alongside. But it was quite surprising to now see this full circle moment. We're working with the Cuz to bring, you know, you guys in River City Pro Wrestling to Foxton. First ever wrestling event in Foxton. And we've got a lot of the team from Impact Pro Wrestling coming through as well. Tyler Ernst and Mr. Burns and Liam's coming back and, you know, Just Jack, all these people that were on that lineup. It showed how much of a small world the community is.
Yeah, yes and no. Like, from what I understand, Auckland's basically its own little scene. There's there's enough wrestling up in Auckland that I think there's basically one show every weekend somewhere in Auckland.
Cool.
Wow.
Sometimes more than one. And then there's sort of the rest of the North Island has its own sort of little scene where there's a lot of the same wrestlers, and then some guys from Auckland will come down and do these other ones, and some of us will go up there sometimes and stuff like that. And then there's the South Island, which is this whole other little scene. And they get big crowds down there a lot of the time as well.
Nice. What's the biggest crowd you think you've been performed in front of?
I think the biggest was, I don't have the exact numbers, but I was told it was about 1,200.
Okay, that's decent.
Yeah, that's where I won my last title.
Right, so that was some time
It
ago.
was Kōrero Rocks. No, it was just last year. Kōrero Rocks last year. So about this time last year.
Cool. Who was that against?
Dan Martins. It was his last match. He's one of 3 people who have retired now.
Oh, okay. He might be the next career killer.
Yeah, I want to retire cuz his old ass can go home.
That's a bold statement. But I think he's going to get you, on
Yeah,
the
he's
Foxton
gonna
event.
try.
We'll see what happens.
Cuz and I are actually, historically speaking, I don't think Cuz has ever actually beaten me. I got one-on-one win against him a couple years back, and then my partner Freddie Ford and I beat Cousin D Hoyer at the last Foxton show, the last Wanganui show a couple months back. But I can't think of any time in the past before that where me and Cousin even fought. It was a bit of a weird thing, again, not being the chosen one or anything. I was never the guy that the veterans were running out of their way to get in the ring with and see what he could do or anything.
But they didn't want to get
and,
your balls on their face.
well, I haven't always been doing teabag time. Teabag time's only been a thing for a couple of years.
It's probably still made people hesitant. If I had you on the lineup, one, I know I'd win, but two, I'd be like, that cunt ain't getting me.
You gotta stop with that. No, everybody says they'll win, man. And yes, admittedly, my win-loss record for the past, 6 months has not been that stellar, but
Probably because you're not showing
So
up to training.
everybody goes through a rough patch.
So does that make your percentage higher that you're going to win your next match or lower?
I mean, it's definitely not my worst rut. There was a rut when I had a title even where, admittedly, a lot of them were DQ count out and stuff like that, but I lost something like 19 matches back to back whilst I had a title. It's just no one could pin my ass, so I got to stay the champion.
So, wait, so who are you fighting in Foxton?
I believe it is Freddie Ford and I versus the cousin D. Hoyer again.
Okay.
They
Hoyer.
would like another shot
Oh, yeah.
because they're not happy with how we beat them last time.
Fair.
But they got me in the corner this time, so I'll
We got Jay.
cheerleader them on.
We didn't have
good.
Jay last time. We got Jay too. Jay is manager extraordinaire. Jay is... Ray Gunn would not be Ray Gunn without Jay Marshall.
Is he the guy that bows you up and calls you the stallion?
Yeah, Jay Marshall's the one who also got me a lot of my experiences. He's the... I got booked
Like teabag
my first show in Christchurch, because I've been doing Christchurch shows for the last 4 years and stuff as well. My first Christchurch show I was literally only booked in because he needed a tag partner. He was like, come with me. And then I took that ball and ran with it down there and dominated down in Christchurch for the past few years. And then did the same thing with me up in Hamilton.
Nice.
He took me back up to Hamilton when I was from Hamilton and hadn't been back for years. And he took me up there and got me wrestling up there. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Jay Marshall.
Well, shout out Jay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see who comes out the better team on the night, but obviously I got my team's back. That's how it goes, right?
I know Cuz is going to be angry because I screwed him last weekend.
Is that when you didn't come to training?
No, this is at the show last weekend.
What was that?
He also got eliminated from the CPW title tournament because I made sure he didn't win.
What'd you do?
I just kept his eye off the prize long enough to let his opponent get back up and cost him the match.
Okay, I reckon if you and I got in there, one, I think I'll win, but two, I might hit you with your own move. You know how, if it's a big fucking thing where, this person just rock bottomed the rock, I might teabag you.
That used to frighten me.
Plot twist.
Unfortunately, I have been teabagged by people as revenge before.
Yeah.
I have been
mine
teabagged by
down there is
Liam
different.
Erickson.
Okay. I was going to say, mine down there, might
I'd
smell a
still
little
not
bit more.
want anything near your fucking ass.
You said
bro.
you saw Liam Erickson, big, sweaty, gross-looking Viking dude.
So
I've been
he
teabagged
teabagged
with
you?
him.
Yeah, but he sharts.
I have done.
More than once. I reckon more than
probability-
50 times,
The
actually.
probability of that have happened in that moment before that
It's
moment
about 75%.
there's a percentage, but it's not high. Okay. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Kazi Trev, you had a question earlier for Ray Gunn. I wanted you to quickly chime in. What was that?
Oh yes. Where did Reagan come from?
The name.
I was thinking about zombies, Call of Duty zombies, Black Ops 2 days, Black Ops 1 days, but where did it actually come from?
It came before then. It was just a nickname. One of my flats, the flat I lived at in Hamilton, where I had the wrestling ring in the backyard, when people would turn up to see me, my bedroom was the furthest one down the hallway, and so I'd be in my room and all I'd hear is people yelling my real name, which I will not say, at the top of their lungs, and it'd just be like, Reagan! And I'm like, oh, that's me. And then it just stuck.
Okay. So the tattoo on your arm, show the camera. That's obviously a play on it?
Yeah. I got that a few years ago. I got a whole bunch of tattoos. All of my tattoos are by people that have never touched a tattoo gun before.
Oh, okay. You're just the guinea pig.
Yeah.
Can I give you one?
Have you touched a tattoo gun before? Then probably at some point,
Okay, we'll have to line that up.
depending on how this interview goes.
We'll see, but I reckon, bro, I could do a pretty good job.
Yeah.
I'll put fucking a teabag emote on you or something like that.
I actually have this, it's been a childhood dream of mine. The one tattoo I want is I want a picture of Gene Simmons' face in full Kiss makeup with his tongue poking out right on my ass cheek with his tongue going up the crack. I think that would be hilarious.
So Gene Simmons is tongue in your bum.
Yeah. I think that'd be hilarious.
Pretty good summary, bro. That pretty much summed up what he was asking
Yeah,
to say.
Jesus.
exactly it. There's no shame here.
That's
That
a
is outrageous.
strange one. But bro, current events. 16 UFOologists gone missing now.
Yeah, so
Come on.
you said that to me earlier, and I think maybe 2 days ago you sent me the update
11.
saying it was at 11.
Yeah.
So you're tracking it, eh? You got like a scoreboard
They
at
just
home?
pop up. They just pop up new updates on the fucking news thing. But Cuzzy Trev, in the last podcast, I got you to Google that, and you were like, "Oh, it could be this and this." You know, the suspect of this with the one person going missing. Now there's like 16, bro. That's sneak level.
Mm.
So I don't know. There's that going on in the world right now. We've got the Iran shit that hasn't really. It's kind of hit a
I keep
standstill.
seeing the same fucking post. It's like he's declared fucking this thing on Iran, and then nothing happens,
Yeah,
and
it's
then
just
he's
a big
like, it's
circle
going to
jerk.
be a ceasefire, and then there's not a ceasefire, and it just sounds like a whole lot of fucking social media. He said, she said, fucking, I'm
Whole
going to
bunch
do
of
this.
rich
and-
assholes making excuses to put the price up of everything.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Forced recession.
Yeah, a bunch of rich assholes going, look over there, so you're not looking at what we're doing over here.
Epstein files.
Yeah, like the ceasefire's held though. I mean, they haven't bombed each other and shit for the most part. I don't think. I
They've
don't
been
think.
blowing up ships and stuff, though. Right?
Yeah, they've done some piracy ship like raids and stuff like that. But I don't think the bombing of like the cities and the the innocent school
Well,
kids
he
getting
said that
bombed.
he was
is
going to
happening.
do all the power plants and all that shit after it ended if they didn't come to an agreement, and they didn't come to an
And then
agreement.
they just extended the ceasefire.
See, I'm
Yeah.
a bit of like I don't know, I guess I'm a bit of a masochist about it because I'm very much in the mentality with a lot of that stuff. I'm like, can you guys just hurry up and go to war?
just,
But just
Can
do
you
it.
guys just go to war, sort all of this shit out? We can all just move on with our goddamn lives.
Do you
Stop
know what?
screwing around and making everything worse for everyone.
I think the same
Oh,
thing.
I'm
Just
the same.
shrink wrap off your testicles and just fight each other.
Yeah, it's like
You clearly
it's,
want to.
it's the same thing. I say the same thing with like the social media dramas, all that shit. I'm like, bro, if you have a fucking problem, just have a scrap.
Yeah,
Sort it
get
out
it
like a
done.
man, and then
it's
that's
that
it.
whole like drunk guy staunching out the bouncer thing
Yeah.
all over again. Like
Yeah.
you clearly want to fight. You just
Yeah.
don't want to be the person that throws the first punch because you want to run and see how you just defended yourself. Just
Yo.
shut the fuck up, take your shrink wrap off your balls and fight that guy.
Antagonizers, eh? There's a lot of them out there.
Well, Trump's a leading one, but yeah. I know what you're
Yeah,
saying.
you know what I'm talking about.
Is there anything else going on in the world at current?
He almost got assassinated.
Trump, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Inside job.
Yeah.
Again,
It's all
again.
inside jobs.
Do you reckon it's like distractional things, or is it to make him
I
look
reckon all of this
like
stuff is
a,
distraction
to
thing.
do with like the voting and stuff, like trying to get
I
people
think
on
it's
his
probably
side?
related to people being anti-war or anti what he's done in Iran, and now they're trying to kill him.
Anti-war, but you're gonna try and kill someone.
Here's
anyway.
the thing with that, like
Stop
a lot of that stuff too, like in the age of 2026, the information age, where like I said before, we're on social media, all of that sort of stuff. Like, are we really believing that this guy hand wrote some note listing like why he did what he did? Like, I'd believe it if he put up like a blog post or a social media post or something. But like all these assassination attempts, they always seem to have some manifesto or something like that. Like they took the time to delicately handwrite out exactly what they were gonna do and how.
Did this
Nobody
killer
does
have
that.
Did this killer have that?
I think they all have that. Yeah.
But I do know, like, the Christchurch one, for example, did that. But at the same time, I can see them doing that because it's
I
like
can see-
it's like a when the people top themselves, they leave a letter, right? So it's similar.
Christchurch one. Oh, you're talking about the
the
terrorism
mosque
thing.
thing.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they're like all inside jobs or anything. I just struggle to believe some of them in terms of their merits when I'm sitting there being like, hang on, like this most recent one, this guy's like a highly educated like college graduate or professor's assistant or something like that. This guy knows how to use a computer.
So why didn't he type it?
He's doing everything. He writes everything else on his computer, but the one thing he chooses to buy himself a notepad and write out is this letter about this stuff. Like, just seems a little fishy to me.
So what was his reasoning behind it? Did they say what his reasoning behind doing it was?
I'm pretty sure it's just the anti-Iran war stuff.
Oh fuck.
One of his things was something about how like he talked about the security being so lax, and he was like, what if this was like a actual bloody assassin? They would have been able to walk all the way in and nothing would have happened and stuff like that. Yeah.
Wasn't he that though?
But it's also like even if they're all real, it's also the whole like what do you think's gonna happen? You peddle this aggressive narrative where it's always us versus them and me versus you and yeah. Eventually the shit's gonna go down. That's how things work in history. Like that's common sense, you know? Someone comes running their mouth, you hear somebody's running their mouth about you and ruining your life from a distance, eventually you're gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna kick this guy's ass for that. You're not just going to lie down and take it the whole time. And that's all it is. Like, the more desperate you make people, the more likely they are to do something like that.
Yeah, I think, well, it's crazy the amount of attempts there's been, even in just this presidency term. You know, it was even at the rallies. Remember, he got shot in the air. Like, he is a targeted human being.
You think you'd take the hint, though, eh? Like, hang on, maybe everybody doesn't love me because they didn't try and kill the last guy or the guy before that.
Yeah, he
but they
just
tried to kill me twice. Maybe everybody doesn't love me as much as I think they love me.
His ones are like extreme spectrums. Like, you've got the people that are supporters, but they're all the way. He's not doing any wrong. Like, everything, let's go, Trump. You did that war because that was great of you. Thank you. But then you've got the extremists that are like so anti him. But that's just like, I guess in the American politics world, obviously he takes the notch and turns it up a bit because he's himself but loud. He's almost like a character. And he came from reality TV shows. So it's probably, you know, background, you're fired and all the rest of that. So I think when you look at the other political spectrums, though, and the other people that have been in presidency and the history of it, there's always been the far rights and the extremists and the people that disagree and the attempts. And it's quite an ugly political world, especially over there. Is there anything else going on in the world at the moment?
Yes.
What?
Mr. Beast getting accused for like some sexual assault thing.
I thought that had already happened like a year ago.
Oh, no,
Is it
there's a
again?
new one.
There's a new one.
I was going to say, so my perspective on that is, I would say it's probably someone butthurt that he didn't want a relationship with them anymore, or something to do with the lines of that, because it happens with people all the time. Like, you know, I'll go straight to Chris Brown. I'll be like,
I think we're all doing it wrong,
well, I think it's just people trying to get the limelight, just trying to get their spot.
But I think there is also very much a bit of a pattern where we keep, as a society, as the human race, we keep propping the wrong people up on pedestals. We keep putting, how many of these people we're putting up as role models, leaders, yada, 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 wind up being terrible pieces of trash.
Kelly.
And we rationalize and justify it and to make it go away instead of going, oh, screwed that up, probably shouldn't have chosen that person. We just rationalize and justify it instead of going, oh, I made a mistake, sorry.
There's two spectrums to that too. So R. Kelly being a perfect example, what he was out there doing, it was not, you know, he went to trial for it. They just found him not guilty. The girl that was in the videos that he peed on that went to trial has now come out saying that was me, that was real, that was R. Kelly back in 2006. Good legal fees, lawyers, and all the rest of it. He got off that case.
Yeah.
But the example, we put the wrong person on a pedestal. Look what he's done to the people around him. But then you've got the other end of the example where you put anybody in any position, and now they've become a target financially, you know, in the situation, or, you know, because the world has become what it has, you can have a distasteful relationship or an encounter that didn't quite, you know, whatever. And now you can turn that into lawsuits and shit like that, you know, and now that becomes public news, and now this person's name is tarnished until he proves he's innocent, which is backwards.
There's also pretty easy ways to solve that, like maybe don't pee on a teenage girl in the shower.
Yeah,
like,
in R. Kelly's case, but in the case where that, like Mr. Beast's case, I don't know him, but he might be, but at the same time, there's a high chance that he hasn't been this person and that the media is portraying him as during this moment.
Oh yeah, there's definitely bias in the media, and they get to pick and choose who gets vilified and who gets away scot-free and all of that sort of stuff.
Yeah, and it sucks that as an entertainer, I guess, with that target, and there's a financial gain aspect to it as well, or tarnish the reputation aspect, blackmailing aspect, whatever it might be. But once you do that, you put that forward, and now you're going through the courts for whatever it might be. Now that person is tarnished with that brush until they, you know, prove that they were innocent. Which could be a court case that goes for 3-4 years. The court of
public opinion is a huge problem.
So they could be completely innocent, but they're still getting put through the ringer because of how the way the information age of 2026 we're in now. You know, that concept.
Yeah. But I mean, also, the world is filled with people who just don't fuck up like that, so nothing like that happens to them. It's a lot of the times there is, could have handled better. Someone might be going for fame or whatever. You still almost put your diddle in that. Like, you probably should have just not.
Yeah.
It's.
What do you got, Cuzzy Trev?
Sorry, I was just going through New Zealand Herald. Podcast So, a true crime podcast has been credited with helping crack a decade-old cold case.
Oh, I
Wow.
did see that.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Somewhere overseas.
Roxanne Sharp, 16, was discovered dead in woodland in St. Tamari something on February 12th, 1982. And yeah, some true crime podcasts.
They've brought it back to the
Cracked it.
forefront and it's going, oh, that's cool.
So they've actually solved it.
Wow. And that's on the New Zealand Herald, is it?
And 4 60-year-old guys are getting accused of sexually assaulting and also murder.
Wow. Well,
Wow, that's
hallelujah.
cool.
The age of podcasts. Maybe we'll do something like that one day.
Well, I was hoping that we would get some information for the Jasmine
Yeah,
one.
well, we put it back out there and we got the buzz going and leads came in and, that's obviously not for us to follow through with, but at the same time, we helped. I hope contributed to something in that space. What recent news? We've had WrestleMania and I think that's something that may as well talk to you about. You're here, you're a wrestler. What did you think of it?
Yeah, I enjoyed it for the most part. I find it really hard since I started wrestling to watch shows from like WWE or anywhere and just enjoy them. I find myself, not that I think they're better than them or anything like that. I'm not in WWE, like they get paid way more money and do it at such a high level, but I find it really hard to just sit back and enjoy the show. I'm always watching what's working, what's not working. Oh yeah, if they did that here, it could have worked better, and seeing how the crowd's engaged and sort of like, yeah, I find it really hard to enjoy those things instead of just analyzing them and picking them apart and strategizing as well, seeing spots. I'm like, hey, I'm going to do that to this asshole this weekend and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, so I can relate so much on a scale of music, like I can't listen to it without dissecting the words and picking apart the lyrics and listening to the beat and the switches and the production and the drum patterns and the cadence and the delivery and the flow and the rhyme schemes. All my brain is going throughout the song from start to finish, is following a bit of everything and dissecting it. And it does like lessen the enjoyment in a sense, because you want to be able to just sit back and put that hat to the side and enjoy it for what it is. For me, I can do that when I've had some beers and shit like that. Like I'm in that environment and then maybe I can take that cap off. But for the most part, especially if I'm even in the gym, doing a workout, my brain doesn't turn it off and it gets a bit tiring. So I can understand as a fan of it, watching it, doing the same thing.
But no, it was a good show. I mean, I watch a lot of that stuff because I'm pretty busy traveling around wrestling and everything anyway. I generally watch a lot of that stuff on delay when I get a free chance. It's been a long time since I watched any sort of wrestling show live or anything like that.
Can I ask you a question? I haven't watched wrestling in a long time. I catch it sometimes with you guys. And I used to, when I enjoyed it, when I was, I can't even remember how long ago it was. But I used to really, really enjoy it when, the Triple H's were still going and that sort of thing. Shawn Michaels, when they did, well, I think it was kind of around when D-Generation X started.
Back.
Yeah.
Way back.
Yeah, so when I was watching it back then, I really, really enjoyed it. And then I watch it now and I just don't enjoy it much. I'm wondering if it's me or, because you guys have obviously watched it for a while and you watched it now and back then. What has changed, or has anything changed?
I'd say the whole product's changed. I mean, back during that D-Generation X era, if you actually watch a lot of those matches on YouTube now, there's not a lot of wrestling going on during that time. A lot of it was very much punch, kick, yell some shit, punch, kick, hit your finishing move. Like, it wasn't really like, it was just the whole car crash aspect of it was the appeal. The whole, we don't know what's going to happen next. Who's going to interfere? Oh, the glass broke. Stone Cold's coming out again. All of that sort of stuff. It sort of keeps you pumping and pumping and pumping. Whereas, different flavors of ice cream now. Now it's a lot more slowed down. It's a lot more mass produced for a much larger audience as well. Back then, the primary, they'd moved away from kid friendly, and the primary sort of base was teenage boys up to like age 30 sort of stuff, whereas now it's
all ages.
Now it's sort of catered to all ages, and there's bits over the show to appeal to different people and everything like that. But it's just the nature of time. I mean, I look at it as different flavors of ice cream.
I get the children thing, because I think I'm correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I remember Edge having a bed in the middle of the ring, and he had a root in the middle of the ring with who was it?
Show with Lita.
I think
Lita,
was it Kane was like the other husband
guy,
or something?
It was someone's,
That's
I remember he did that in the middle of the ring, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, so that was when it was not in the PG era. I definitely agree with you in some of what you said, but you said it slowed down, and I'd feel like it's sped up. I feel like the matches now are just non-stop high spots where you're getting a superplex into a roly-poly backflip into the
There's definitely, when it
springboard.
comes to pay-per-views, there's definitely a lot of that. Like the whole PLE pay-per-view side of things, everyone's go-to for big match seems to be, let's just figure out some ridiculous spots and jumps and flips and dives.
Because they're trying to out-compete the
But are
next
people
person.
getting fucking slammed through cages, falling through down into the
Oh,
rings
not
and shit?
not on some Mick Foley shit.
you know
but
what I
just,
mean? Like
just
back-
last week, bro. Sol Ruka, she's a chick on the come up one. She went backwards off the stadium through a table, smacked her head on the ground on the impact, cracked it open.
You're supposed to go through 2 tables. She only basically went through one, cracked her head on the second one, and then on the ground. Yeah.
Needed
Holy
staples.
fuck.
Just last week, Bron Breakker got a chair shot to the back of the head and needed stitches because it split it open. Like, so there's definitely still that. You know, they're putting themselves on the line just as much as they ever were.
Oh, I'm not
Yeah,
saying.
yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
saying no, because any time you get in the ring, like I said when we went up to IPW, anytime you're getting in the ring, the shit's gonna be ruthless. Like that's hard. It's not fucking fake. Maybe there's some scripting behind what's gonna happen, but it's not fake. Like you can't fake taking a hit. You can't fake flipping off the ropes and landing on the fucking table or on somebody else. So like, I'm not saying that it's fake and I don't think that it's cool. It's just, it just doesn't seem the same. Like back when I was younger, like the shit that like they're pulling out the barbed wire poles and fucking actually hitting them with it and stuff like that. And it just, and like I said, it was just crazy shit.
think-
And now it just seems very talky, and then it's full on wrestling, wrestle, and then they might do a little bit of entertaining, talking to the crowd at the end, and then
But there's less shock value.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's just part of the times as well. Like, I mean, back when a lot of that stuff was happening was when the whole, like, if you weren't a child, you'd get given shit. If you were an adult back in the late 90s, early 2000s, and you liked pro wrestling, people would be like, oh, that fake stuff, rah, 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 like it's some joke. And so there was sort of like a axe to grind, I guess, with a lot of wrestlers being like, we've got to show you that it's not fake and we've got to show you how real it is. And rah, 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 rah.
Yeah.
I don't care about that. I'm going to hit you in the face with the title belt and that's going to hurt. You can say it's fake all you want. That's going to hurt.
The same goes with pretty much any move. You hit any move, the person receiving it is going to feel something.
Sometimes even the person that's doing it gets hurt
Yeah,
doing some of the
facts.
moves as well. Like,
Facts.
to be honest, I haven't done it. But I've seen it in real life and I've felt the boards and I've seen the hits. You can't, like I said, it's not fake. It's real. Like,
There's
you
an
can't fake the hits and stuff like that. I mean, you can over exaggerate a bump if you wanted to, but sometimes it's almost impossible to fake the bump or over exaggerate the bump because you're actually getting hit with force and fucking going onto your back and you're hitting the mat at that pace. Like, that's just how it is.
It hurts like shit.
It's preparing yourself to take the butt more than anything.
100%.
I got spear
100%.
tackled
Well, I
by
mean, that's where a
Dilz.
lot of the training comes through. Like you said yourself, you've been going, a lot of it's bumps and rolls.
Yeah.
Like I didn't get to really start doing, when I started training, I didn't really get to start doing any of the wrestling stuff until coach was, okay, you've got bumps and rolls down. Until coach was like, you've got bumps and rolls down. It was very much like, no. There's no point me teaching you how to wrestle if you can't take a move, because if you can't take a move, you're going to go out there in the ring and you're going to injure yourself right away.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like preparation. It's
And I
not.
imagine there's a lot of crossover there with like jujitsu and stuff like that as well. You know, you got to learn how to fall properly and bump properly and stuff like that with jujitsu, so you're not going to pop your shoulder out when you get thrown over the head and stuff like that.
Well, it's like learning. It's like conditioning. It's like
Yeah,
learning how to
conditioning.
check kicks and
That's it.
all kinds of shit.
Conditioning, like,
Yeah.
because that's what I was thinking about when you're talking about the ring that we're using, the boxing ring, and we're getting conditioned, I guess, to that ring, which makes the next ring feel a bit better.
Yeah.
But yeah, conditioning is definitely the word for that.
100%.
I mean, to your fake argument, I'd also just say, fuck you. These 4 teeth missing.
Whoa, that makes
You
you
can tell
look.
me
You
that's fake?
Do you take those out when you wrestle?
Yeah.
Fuck, you look crazy. With
Yeah.
no
You
front
take those out
teeth,
when
G.
you wrestle.
Yeah, take them out before I
Holy.
go out there. I'm not, dude. You know how much new teeth cost, man?
Yeah.
I'm
So
not risking having
That
them
was a
broken in the
wrestling
ring.
injury.
Yeah.
How
What
much did
happened?
that
Yeah.
cost you?
It was a couple of grand, I think, to get the plate. Everything like that.
Only go to Turkey.
Real early into my career, I took a big boot to the face, and that
Pushed all your teeth out?
No, that broke one of them. It was a series of incidents. I broke like half of one off. Then I had a match against, again, I mentioned it before, my arch rival Tim up in Heathen Combat, where he basically clotheslined my head off like 3 times in a row, I think it was, and then just got on top of me and started laying in the punches, and literally like second punch, I saw my tooth go boom,
Oof.
onto the crowd.
Shit.
And then the third one happened, or the third and fourth one happened again like a couple months after that, where again I took a boot to the face. Tooth just go, yeah.
Fucking hell.
Shit. Yeah, so you can't fake that. Your
Yeah,
teeth have been
yeah,
kicked
yeah.
out of your face
Like,
and you're being
genuinely
punched.
in the middle of a match.
Out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's ruthless. I mean, you know, I don't know. I could see myself getting in there and having some fun doing that shit, but you don't want to walk out of there missing your teeth. That's,
Oh man, if you get in the ring and miss a tooth, that's gonna be funny.
fucking hell. Biggest shock of WrestleMania was Brock Lesnar retiring for me. I wasn't seeing that coming. That was like
You weren't
Yeah.
seeing that
I
coming.
wasn't seeing that coming at the time when it came, and I seen it.
Ain't he old as shit?
He's 48.
I think that's probably my one real complaint about WrestleMania is that there wasn't really, other than that, there wasn't really any shocking moments. Every other sort of match
Paige
was
coming
sort
back?
of.
That
Yeah,
was-
but Paige coming back was announced like a few days prior when someone posted photos of her in the hotel with all the
Yeah.
other wrestlers and stuff.
My
like,
wife said that.
Yeah, there was sort of no real like surprise holy shit moments other than the Brock Lesnar thing.
Which is that wasn't like a yay. We've got this in wrestling. We've got
That
this
was
missing. This
oh
gone.
no,
now.
yeah,
Damn.
yeah.
Like,
No more Brock Lesnar killing fools.
Did they still do like you said before about the glass smashing and then Stone Cold coming in? Do they still do stuff like that? Like
Every
you'll be in
now
the
and
middle
then.
of the wrestling match and then I
That
don't know.
still happens, but anything with like the bloodline, Roman Reigns, you know, they're all going to interfere and interrupt everybody's matches.
So
I mean, that's
They still do
been
that
the
shit.
gun cabinet stuff for most of at least most of the last few years.
Yeah,
At its most, we were up to 7 or 8 people at once at one state, and down in Christchurch, we literally used that because there was so many of us. We were like, you can't stop us, and we took all their titles.
the gun cabinet being the clique that you're kind of establishing.
Yeah.
Are you the leader of this clique?
No, that's Jay. Everybody mistakes me as the leader. I am the mouth.
Okay.
I'm the guy that talks the crap. Jay's the leader. He's the secret mastermind of it all. But yeah, it's the GC3 now because there's just 3 of us left. But yeah, at its most, we were up to, I think it's been 11 people throughout the 5 years it's existed.
What's GC stand for? Gun
Cabinet.
Gun cabinet. Okay.
And because it means I get to pull the fingers at kids and still say, I'm a GC. Fuck you.
GC. Okay. You had a shirt that you wanted to give away. Is that
Yeah.
in line
Yeah,
with what
well,
you're saying here?
I don't know if want to give away is the right word. Contractually obliged to give away.
Okay. Well, how are they going to win it?
I think, just because I know it'll probably piss off Cuz, the first person, cameras there, the first person to come up to me at the Foxton Fallout show and ask me very politely to teabag them will get themselves a free Ray Gun Teabag Time shirt.
So can you example this, please, Ethan? To win that shirt, what would you say?
I'm not gonna ask him to teabag me.
Politely?
I'm not gonna ask him to teabag me.
This pussy's just trying to get you to do it because he's too scared.
Yeah, why don't you get teabagged?
I told you I'll teabag him. I ain't
You
laying
won't
there.
teabag him.
me.
I would.
You
I'm
fucking
gonna
won't.
Bro,
I'm going to teabag Cuz and D Hoyer again because I got D Hoyer last time, and then I'm going to teabag you.
how are
just
you going to get to me? I'm not even in the match.
I'll
I'm
just
just...
get you in the match. It won't be the first time I've dragged someone. I've teabagged a referee before. I've teabagged a radio broadcaster before.
He's a DJ. He's gonna be DJing. You could teabag Trev.
Don't you bring me into this shit, boy. He's the videographer.
I'm not gonna be there.
Oh,
I'm not
yeah.
gonna be there, unfortunately.
Bro, where are you gonna be?
Oh, it's my best friend's 30th the same night.
Oh, looks like we're going to your best friend's 30th.
We'll bring him in a
get
sweaty
teabagged.
balls.
Yeah.
Can you teabag him? My best friend?
We'll get Ray Gun to.
Yeah, that'd be
I'll
funny.
teabag everybody.
Imagine he just walks around.
It'd be like the-
That's part of my mindset towards it all is literally like I'm trying to
Teabag everyone.
I will teabag everybody. Oh, you think you're tough? Cool, watch this.
I used to do that to people on COD.
Yeah, Halo 3.
Yeah, that's the idea I got it from. I've had many a promoters tell me off about how it's not family friendly enough because what we do is family friendly. I'm like, are you kidding me? Kids
kids do it on the
inventing
games.
teabagging in Halo back when I was a kid. No.
Kids are just still doing it. COD, Fortnite,
I've had
all of them.
conversations with adults where they've been like, my kid doesn't know what teabagging is. And my literal response is, you're not paying attention to what your kid gets up to.
Yeah, but I guess in that argument, though, they can't. The promoter can't say shit if they're the ones that have arranged for you to be on the card. I guess they should know what your
Yeah,
gimmick
I mean,
is,
especially
right?
now they know what I'm about. They
What you
know
do.
I'm probably going to try and teabag. It still kind of genuinely surprises me that I actually manage to teabag people as often as I do now. Because while, yeah, some wrestlers have figured out tricks and everything like that and stopped me from teabagging them, I'm still generally getting away with it. And these guys know it's coming. They should know by now that I'm probably going to try and teabag them first chance I get. The fact that I'm still getting away with it at all is kind of a bit of a surprise.
Do you call it anything special?
It's just teabag time.
Just teabag time.
Yeah.
Kind of like Tiffy time, but teabags.
And then I've got the buckshot, which is when you usually I'll get them in like a snapmare to get them so they're sitting up in the middle of the ring, and then I'll hit the ropes a couple of times and just thrust my crotch right at their face.
Yeah, you wouldn't do that to me.
I'll do that to everybody as well.
No. Do you have a Mount Rushmore of wrestling? Your top 4 top dogs?
Probably the only one you guys have probably heard of is AJ Styles.
Yep, he's just retired.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of AJ Styles' work, and Christopher Daniels, who was a guy that worked
Fallen
with
Angel.
AJ Styles back in the day, and Toru Yano.
That New
He's
Japan.
a New Japan guy. He's going back to what I was saying before about shenanigans. He's a guy whose whole shtick is, again, he'll cheat. He's the kind of guy who'll convince you to start brawling him on the outside, and while you think you're beating him down against the guardrails, he's actually tying your shoelaces to the guardrail so you can't get back in the ring.
Some Dom Mysterio shit.
Yeah, he's doing that sort of sneaky stuff, and I'm a big fan of him because he sort of innovated a lot of that stuff. And because he's another guy who, from reputation alone, Toru Yano is actually like a tough badass in real life. He could kick most people's asses legitly if he wanted to, and he's like, nah, I'm just going to use my toughness to take your hide knee. I'm just going to play pranks on you the whole time. I really dig that. That
There's
really
some
resonates
like Eddie
with me.
Guerrero kind of shit, eh?
Yeah,
Wide
that
cheeks,
sort of
yeah.
stuff really resonates. With Eddie Guerrero would probably be the last one.
The fourth?
Yeah.
Wow.
Would you
RIP.
let any of them teabag you? Any of those guys?
Ideally, I'm not letting anybody teabag me. That defeats the purpose.
But
Except for maybe the odd pretty lady, except I'm pretty sure that's not called a teabag, it's called a flappuccino.
What?
I think that's right.
Flippuccino! I ain't never heard
I'm going to get in so much trouble for this interview from Cuz. Good. Cuz, good. You're supposed to hate this. Take it out on me in the ring if you can.
Bro, he will.
Flappuccino.
Bro, he's gonna get you. I believe that. But
Flappuccino.
a flappuccino.
That's outrageous.
That could be your morning dose of coffee.
can you flappuccino Dilz?
I'm a dude, so no, I can't. Physically, that does not work.
That's a good one though.
You can't do it.
I like it. I never heard of that one. Do you have any other questions for the bro? Cuzzy Trev?
Loki, can you teabag Dilz? That'd be funny as fuck.
That ain't happening. If I went one-on-one with you in the ring, there's no way there's going to be any which situation that I end up on my back and you've got a ball
Boy,
sack
but
over my face.
Man, are you Liam Erickson? You've seen how big that guy is. You said he chokeslammed you too. I've teabagged Liam Erickson twice.
Teabagged you as well, so you don't have much to fucking skite about.
Wait, what? Did he oh, yeah, that's why you
just
said
teabagged
that.
as well.
Teabagged them, yeah.
That asshole sneak attacked me. He came out dressed up as Santa Claus and then chokeslammed me and Vader bombed me twice and teabagged me.
Well, that's what
Is
happens.
Is
bro.
he the only wrestler that's teabagged you?
No, my former tag partner Ryan Zero has also teabagged me as well. That little bastard, actually, he stole these. I had to come out wearing regular wrestling gear for a match because I couldn't find these, and I was fighting him and his tag partner, and then he came out wearing my booty shorts. He teabagged me wearing my booty shorts, then he took them off and put them over my face to try and gas me out.
Bro, that's charm moves. How'd you get your own undies stolen and then used on
Wait,
your
I
own
was
face?
Did
Very
he end
angry.
up butt naked?
No, he had his boxes underneath or something like that. Yeah,
Oh,
a pair
okay.
of bike shorts underneath or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, he took those off, and I was like, there's not much behind those. So
And then I think that's it. I think it's just been like Liam and Ryan Zero. But it's also as much as it pains me, but those guys happened as two of my bigger rivals over the past few years. I'd rather it's them than some little yobbo that I've only fought once or you
Dylan.
or something.
So
like
after
that,
May
you know?
23rd,
Yeah.
it'll
May
be 3
23rd.
I'd
people.
rather it's not some peasant trash person than anything like that.
Me
Yeah.
referring to me like that.
Yeah, I mean, you live in Foxton, man.
Bro, don't speak big on Fox. And people do that, then they come here and it fucks with them, you know? You probably shouldn't do that.
Oh, why not? It's Foxton.
May
I've had
May
worse.
23rd, you're going to be here. I'm going to be there. I don't think you're going to get me in any situation in which that's happening. It's
I'm going
just-
to teabag everybody. I'm going to teabag Cuz. I'm going to teabag D. Hoyer. Then I'm going to teabag you. And if these guys pike out of their 30th, come along. I'm going to drag them up and teabag them.
He will be
He'll
there.
be there, so you can teabag him.
That can be arranged. That can be arranged.
Yeah.
We could even teamwork some shit to suss him out.
It is a very rare occasion when all of the GC3 is together in the same match, and we are pretty unstoppable when we want to, with what we want to do when we're all together.
It sounds like and you calling me a peasant, but I don't respect that. One, you've come in here, you've put your foot on the table, you've talked some shit like throughout this podcast, all right? If I pull it back, I'm going to end the podcast. We asked the question, what do you think of making a statement? So I'm going to give you the mic. What do you think of the Making a Statement podcast? Given that you've sat here with us, I just want to see your point of view.
It's the least professional interview I've ever done.
How so?
I don't know, like, you got the guy you're cutting to who's sitting there in front of got his phone set up as a camera right in front of him while he's on the computer.
You rocked up in your undies.
Yeah, it's my work uniform. I'm at work. You guys aren't even dressed nicely, man. The last one of these interviews I did, they were wearing suits and stuff like that, and here you guys are just dressed like a couple of hood rats.
Gee,
I'm wearing my slippers.
He's got his slippers. I got my glove on. I got my glove on, bro. You're working it up. I'm about to
What is
fucking...
this? What is this? You're like Timu Michael Jackson over here or
Oh,
something.
bro,
like that.
I've heard that. I've heard that. You just rinse and repeating lines.
That's not even like, but that's not even like Timu Michael Jackson.
No.
That's like Kmart Foursquare Michael Jackson, you know? At least a Timu Michael Jackson glove would still be sparkly. That's just yuck.
My G, you've had to rock in with a Temu jock strap to upsize your package so that
I'm
when you're
half
sitting on the camera that it looks like you've got a
I'm
do.
half expecting to see a bottle of Vaseline around here somewhere. That'd make that glove a little bit more like justified, and I'm seriously wondering what you guys get up to when there's not like a guest here.
Okay. Well, look, at the end of the day, if it come down to me and you in a circumstance, again, I'm not fucking around. That shit, you ain't teabagging me.
I am teabagging you.
Outside of the ring, inside of the ring, us here, however it goes, like, don't come here disrespecting, don't call me a peasant, don't talk kukaka, don't say you're going to teabag somebody when that you're not.
I only want to do this, man. I'm here contractually obligated to be here.
Bro,
right?
I didn't give you no paperwork.
Cuz did. River City Pro did. They know that I'm the only one worth a damn to put on a microphone and do one of these things. That's why I'm here.
I don't know, bro, because I'm working with River City too. I'm showing up to the trainings, and maybe that's why I'm here. Maybe that's why I'm on the microphone. I'm doing the role that you're not doing.
I told you before, I can't turn up to trainings when the guy I'm fighting is the coach. What's he going to teach me? He's not going to teach me how to beat him, is he?
So what would you do if I was the guy you were fighting?
Teabag you.
No, fast.
In fact, I'd probably do it in the thing. I'd do the buckshot first, then I'd probably teabag you, and then if I didn't quite get that teabag in then, I'd get you in the corner and do a Bronco Buster, and then I'd drag your ass back out and teabag you.
So you're talking on some wrestling, like scripted shit. What would happen if we're one-on-one, like toe-to-toe, face-to-face?
I'd teabag you.
Oh, come on, look. Stand up.
What?
Go.
What?
Teabag.
I'm just gonna get you down. Yeah, get you down. Keep you down.
Yo!
Keep you down.
Calm down!
And I get over you. Get over you. What's wrong? What's wrong?
Get out of here, bud.
Get that. It's my money now. My money now. What the fuck? What the
Okay.
fuck?
Fuck that.
What the
Fuck
fuck?
Whew! Okay,
Did he actually just take that money?
I'm either gonna go after him and fuck him up, or you go get that money jar back, bro. But this is the
actually leave.
Making a Statement podcast. You've just tuned in to episode 33. We are uncensored, unfiltered, unscripted, unedited, sometimes uneducated, but whew, I'm gonna line something up with him. I'm gonna get him in the ring. We'll see what happens. Okay? River City Pro Wrestling, the cuz, let us know. I want in the ring with that cunt.
Gonna happen as fire but fighter. Ain't nobody putting it down. I'm holding it down. No common grounds. I'm making a statement is the way to claim that you're running the town.